This time, I'd like to call the Physical Service Committee meeting to order for June 17th, 2024. Can I have the roll call, please?
Counselor Burridge?
Here.
Counselor Benucci?
Here.
Counselor Walker?
Here.
Counselor Gozik?
Here.
I see no old business. I'd like to have a motion to approve the minutes of the committee meeting held on June 3rd, 2024. Counselor Benucci, Counselor Gozik.
Counselor Burridge?
Yes.
Counselor Benucci?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozik?
Yes.
For communication, the Zoning and Planning Office has received a request for use for public space from Stephen Sproson, owner of a commercial property located at 40 West Oneida Street, to install a curb cut and driveway. I believe I'm going to get it this wrong, probably Mr. Sproson is here.
Good evening, Council.
Hello.
Would you like to speak on that, sir?
Sure. My name is Steve Sprossen, currently the owner of the property, looking to build a garage on the property, so therefore looking for a curb cut and use of private space for the driveway entrance and egress. For the garage, there's currently also a fence there that we're going to have to penetrate to put in the driveway, and looking to return the fence after construction to the corners of the garage.
My understanding that the fence isn't actually in the plans at this time, and you'd like amendment to include that?
Yes, please.
At this time, I'd like to have a motion to accept the amendment for the fence. Have a motion on that? Counselor Gozik, Counselor Benucci?
Counselor Burridge?
Yes.
Counselor Benucci?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes for the amendment.
Counselor Gozik?
Yes.
Is there any questions for the owner of the property? This time, I'd like to have a motion to accept. Counselor Gozik, Counselor Benucci?
Counselor Burridge?
Yes.
Counselor Benucci?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozik?
Yes.
You guys are all set? Thank you.
Thank you.
The Office of Economic Development has received a request for use of public space from Graham Barney of Snacks Enterprises to host a party in the park at Water Street Square on Saturday, July 27, 2024, from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m., as well as a waiver of the noise ordinance. Is there anybody here like to speak on the matter?
Hello, board members. Nice to see you again. So I've been in communication with Oswego Police Department as well as a few of our other counselors here. I reduced the time of the event to allow more safety for traffic. There was a couple concerns regarding that for the event, so I reduced the time not to have any friction coming back from the fireworks or any other events happening in the city that day. But so far, I believe that would be a good treatment for the concerns.
Councilman, have any questions? Chief?
As he said, we looked back over the plan. We met. It's going to be done at 9 o'clock. He has ample security there. We'll check in throughout the day. If there's any issues, we'll discuss that day, but we don't have any concerns moving forward with the permit.
Thanks. Can I have a motion on the matter? Counselor Walker, Counselor Gozik?
Counselor Burridge?
Yes.
Counselor Benucci?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozik?
Yes.
Greg Rebior, Commissioner of Public Works, Parks Recreation, has received a request for use of public space from Chris Medoloni to host an information event at Breakback Park on August 3rd, 2024, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Anybody here to speak on the matter? See no one? Can I have a motion?
I do have a question. What's the informational event on, you know? I looked at it, I couldn't get it up.
Didn't really give any information. What was
Yeah.
it?
All right. Clinic, okay. Clinic, thanks.
Can I have a motion, please?
There you go.
Counselor Gozik, Counselor Benucci?
Counselor Burridge?
Yes.
Counselor Benucci?
Yes.
Counselor Walker?
Yes.
Counselor Gozik?
Yes, sorry.
The city clerk's office has received a request for use of public space from Michael Horrigan from the Oswego Health Foundation in order to place 3 18 by 24-inch yard signs in various city locations in order to promote their For Your Health 5K health and wellness event. Anybody here like to speak on that event?
That's been,
Can I have a motion on that, please? Counselor Gozick, Counselor Benucci.
Counselor Burge,
Yes?
Counselor Benucci,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
yes.
Counselor Gozek.
Yes.
I'd like to have a motion to adjourn. Counselor Gozick, Counselor Benucci.
Counselor Burge,
Yes?
Counselor Benucci,
Yes.
Counselor Walker,
Yes.
Counselor Gozek.
Yes.
At this time, I would like to call to order the Administrative Services Committee. Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Plunkett,
Here.
Counselor Burge,
Here?
Counselor Allen,
Here.
Counselor Benucci,
Here.
Counselor Walton.
Excused. Could I get a motion to approve the minutes of the committee meeting held June 3rd, 2024? Counselor Allen, Counselor Vanucci.
Counselor Plunkett,
Yes.
Counselor Burge,
Yes?
Counselor Allen,
Yes.
Counselor Benucci.
Yes.
Any old business? Okay, I'd like to move on. Item number 1 under communication. City Engineer Jeff Hinderleiter requests authorization for the City Chamberlain to complete 2 interdepartmental transfer of funds, one from the High Dam Clothing Allowance Account and another from the High Dam Equipment Repair Account, both to the High Dam Contracted Services Account in the total amount of $15,300 to cover expenses related to the cost-sharing agreement with Brookfield. Mr. City Engineer?
So you remember we did a budget amendment earlier in the year to pay an invoice from Brookfield for our cost sharing related to the Fisherman Alert System. That was not budgeted in this year's budget as well. To avoid a budget amendment at this time, I'm just moving some funds around so we don't have to get a budget amendment right now. And we'll see as the year unfolds what happens, but if we can avoid it, we will. That's all that is.
Any questions? Can I get a motion? Counselor Allen, Counselor Burge.
Counselor Plunkett,
Yes.
Counselor Burge,
Yes?
Counselor Allen,
Yes.
Counselor Benucci.
Yes.
Item 2 under communication. Craig Rebior, Commissioner of Public Works, Parks and Recreation, requests authorization to purchase a new mobile stage and further authorize the City Chamberlain to complete 2 transfer of funds from the Snow Materials and Supplies account, one to the Parks Miscellaneous Expenses account and the Parks Equipment account in the total amount of $98,000 to cover initial expenses for same. Mr. Cahill?
Good evening. Yeah, we're trying to transfer some of the funds from our snow removal to purchase this new bandstand. You guys have probably all seen it. It's 52 years old. It's in rough shape. We recently had our mechanics come back to us, and we can't let it leave town anymore. We used to rent it out to other cities. So we found that we got this quote for a pretty nice one. You guys got it.
Yep.
I'd like to get that purchased if we could.
Any questions? Counselor Goza?
Yeah, I just had a question. I was wondering, so are we going to keep the old one as well?
I would probably auction that off.
Oh, okay, I was just wondering, is it still going to be dedicated to Weldon Gross with a big band leader that, you've heard before? I don't know if you know the history, but Stanley Gosick, my cousin, comes in because he leads one of the city bands, a jazz band. And he always gives a big history lesson. I can't give the same lesson on the band, but I know it's the oldest, the bands that use it, like our, the Oswego, the big band and the jazz band.
Yeah.
It's like the oldest municipal, band that's, as far as I know, in the country. And I was just wondering if the dedication's gonna remain the same, or if,
I do not have that answer.
okay, I was just wondering if there's any way to find out. I'd be interested in that. Only because of the sentimental value of
Yeah.
in
No,
the
I-
history, or if they're gonna be talking about rededicating and looking at that, program. I just thought that was important, because, in the local community, a lot of people look back to that, and the older people that go see it, so that's why I was just wondering what was gonna happen.
Maybe I can answer the question.
Oh, sure.
It was brought to my attention that we needed a new bandstand, and several people had given me suggestions on who to dedicate it to. This meeting here is just to authorize the purchase of it. There'll be enough time to talk about dedication.
All right, thank you.
Any more questions from Mr. Cahill? A motion, please? Counselor Allen, Counselor Vernucci.
Counselor Plunkett?
Yes.
Counselor Burge?
Yes.
Counselor Allen?
Yes.
Counselor Benucci?
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 3, City Engineer Jeff Hinderleiter requests approval of a proposal submitted by Labella Associates, DPC, in the amount of $1,035,500 for professional services regarding the new police station. Mr. City Engineer?
I'd like to thank the police chief for forwarding on the proposal. I trust you had a chance to look it over and review it. In reviewing this proposal, this is the second iteration. We have gone through this with Labella to kind of shave off the things that we can do. As an example, you'll see where it says SWIP on-site inspections. There's a $35,000 savings by having my staff do that versus having them do that. And so areas where we can trim this budget, we will. This is a not-to-exceed budget. So what happens on a not-to-exceed project is we negotiate this proposal, which was publicly advertised and competitively sought after as a qualified bid. Then we establish a project budget. We cap that project, so this is a cap. If we find some efficiencies and we can cover some other services, whether by my staff or otherwise, we'll come in under budget, but it won't go over this budget for Labella services. The amount of it, you'll see in your packet that the basic lump sum for the design services is $819,000, which on this size project, it's going to be somewhere between the $10 million and $11 million construction cost. So that puts us about 8%. That's pretty typical for these type of projects for architectural fees. They're usually the bigger the project, the lower the fees as far as a percentage. And then the remaining design tasks are all additional services that they're likely going to sub out to some other companies. And so they're broken down there as lump sum or lump sum allowances so that as the project develops, we can have earmarks there for those services. Are there any questions on the proposal or where we're at?
Can I get a motion?
Does the chief want to speak, or?
Chief?
No, I would just say this is, the culmination of 2.5 years of working with Labella. Under the past administration, we took a look at the Conway building and what we can and can't do with that. And, the estimates were exorbitant to bring it up to current standards, the police station up to current standards. I know we've given all of you a tour. You've seen, it's a tired building. It does need some work, and it's going to get, a new roof and stuff, but as far as it's outlived its life for being a police station. So this gets us to where we can, start looking at design plans, start planning, and, bring it back to you as the council to, say yay or nay on what we're going to do moving forward. But this will give us the basis of what we need.
Timmy. Chief, can you tell us what we're going to gain from this?
We'll gain a design. We'll start working on a design project with the Labella.
What is the new police department going to give us?
What is it going to give us? Well, Mayor Cordino is requesting that as part of it, there's a large community room that's added to it, which I think will be a huge benefit to the city. I know there's been discussions about the McRobey building. I think moving forward, it'll be helpful for the city to have a large community room with separate meeting rooms. As far as the police department, I think it'll give the men and women of the agency a place to work out of that's not archaic, it's not falling apart. We have a women's locker room where we have almost 13 women police officers, and it was originally slated there's 6 lockers down there. So I think you can see that, it's getting a little overburdened. And you guys have been down in the basement, you've seen we have lockers all over the place. The department's growing. We have an initiative. We have our 30 by 30 initiative to increase female police officers on the department, so we have to do something looking forward. It'll give us an evidence room where we can have evidence stored properly. We can have the proper ventilation system for it. I think that's a huge key, and it'll allow us, we'll have hopefully a large garage area for police vehicles in the wintertime, for storing evidence, vehicles that are, using a crime, storing it there instead of, bothering the traffic department. So there's a lot of different benefits, but moving forward, we'll have, a plan printed on paper and we can kind of take a look at, the cost of that moving forward. This will give us a better idea.
Thanks, Chief.
Yep.
Any more questions? Can I get a motion, please? Counselor Allen, Counselor Burridge.
Counselor Plunkett?
Yes.
Counselor Burridge?
Yes.
Counselor Allen?
Yes.
Counselor Benucci?
Yes.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
City Attorney Kevin Caracoli requests authorization for the mayor to sign a lease agreement with the Ontario Center for Performing Arts Incorporated for use of the McRobey Center as a performance venue. Mr. City Attorney?
Mr. Chairman, thank you. This item is one of the things that makes Oswego a unique place to live and to visit, to be entertained. And entering its 40th season, the Ontario Centre of Performing Arts has used the McRobey Building for its music hall series. They're asking that the contract be renewed. To be candid, the current contract has expired, and so we're looking to reset a new 5-year agreement. There is a modest cost increase to the city. That the fee for per performance has been set for years and years at $150. That's what the music hall pays the city for the use of the space at the McRobey Building. That's going to be increased to $165 per performance. For the most part, everything else is going to remain the same. There's been some amenities that you've appropriated funds for, the new signboard outside that advertises shows and other messaging. The walls are here, Ellen and Mark. They poured their lifeblood into this facility and the event, and so if you have any questions, or if they want to give them the opportunity to speak here if they'd like to, but open it up at this time for the walls, and then any questions. I think they're the best to answer from this point forward. Thank you.
I think at least half of you have been to the Oswego Music Hall. I appreciate that, because to see it is to understand a little bit more. But since 1987, we've been in that building, and for Mark and I, we were actually college students, and we had just graduated, and that was where we went before, when it was Old City Hall at that time. Mark's the good one, because he's been the president for 13 years, and I took over when he termed out. And so I'm not real well-versed in contract, but I am an advocate for the community. That's been my career, and especially for senior citizens. In my career, I wanted Oswego to be a place where people didn't leave when they retired, but they stayed here. And I know for a lot of people that go to the music hall, that's what it's become. It's a social connection, and it serves all types of folks from all different perspectives and all different interests in different music. I do have flyers for our fall season. We actually have our season booked right through next May. It's during the school year. During the summer, there's too much competition, too much other wonderful stuff going on, and we could never compete, nor do we need to. So anyway, if you do have any questions, I'd be happy to answer those questions. I'd also be happy to have any of you come during the fall season, pick a show. One of them I think is nearly sold out, but we'd be happy to have you come down anytime. On us. Mark Wall, my husband.
And the thing, it's not just the Ellen and Mark show. We have a wonderful board. We have people that work their butt off because it's a great cause. We put on some wonderful stuff. During the summer, we go to a number of festivals, and basically we look to see who's touring in the area, who's emerging, and what genre of music it's in. So we bring talent that is on tour up the East Coast and sometimes across the country. We also bring local talent to the stage. We also bring children to the stage. And as in the last dozen years, we've really expanded our service to the city. And it's our community. We're a 501c3, and we provide this service to the city, and it's really a collaboration. You guys make it possible that we can do it, and then we work our butt off to do it well. We bring in NISCA funds, and for some of the bigger acts, we draw from quite a ways. Other counties, sometimes people out of state, all depends. But we want to thank the city for all the cooperation we've had in the past, and we just look to do it better and to continue.
And if I could just piggyback, because there was a reception here a few weeks ago with the SUNY Oswego representatives here, and the theme was One City, One Community. We were very honored to be chosen out of all the 500 internships in the Oswego County area, that we were one of the 10 to be represented. So we've been, because the facility is excellent, the way we've written grants and developed the sound quality, that we have interns that it's a give and take. They teaching us how to use the state-of-the-art equipment, and we're teaching them basically how to work in their field. And we learned at that reception that some of these students have gone from interning, which is easy for them, to come to Oswego rather than go to Syracuse or other places, that some of them have actually been hired in Nashville to run their sound. And that is just the most gratifying thing for the board of the music hall. So we want to thank the partnership that we have and for serving the Oswego area. And we're happy, really happy to be part of the growth that's happening all around us. Any questions?
Any questions or comments? Thank you very much. Can I get a motion? Counselor Vernucci, Counselor Burridge.
Counselor Plunkett?
Yes.
Counselor Burridge?
Yes.
Counselor Allen?
Yes.
Counselor Nucci?
Yes.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Item 5 under communication, Mayor Robert A. Cordino requests an executive session to discuss the proposed acquisition, sale, or lease of real property, RE sealed bids. Can I get a motion, please? Counselor Allen, Counselor Vernucci.
Counselor Plunkett?
Yes.
Counselor Burridge?
Yes.
Counselor Allen?
Yes.
Counselor Vernucci?
Yes.